What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel for the Morning Movie Chat. I hope you're all having a very good day today. I'm your host, Trinity. Thank you for being here. I know what you're thinking right now. Right now, you're thinking, hey, man, you're a little early, aren't you? And yeah, I am a little bit early going here, about an hour early. Josh, over at the Den of Nerds, the Den of Nerds Live, they normally do their live stream over there at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 10 o'clock for you people out there on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not an East Coaster, but I can guarantee you what I do every single day is I try to compete with you all. Of course, it's a futile attempts because I wake up at like 4:30 in the morning. Most a lot of days, and hell, for you people out there on the East Coast, shit, that's still 7:30, right? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I know. It's ridiculous. I can't compete. You East Coasters got it, man. You East Coasters got it. But the thing is us West Coasters, we've got it nice because we all get to sleep in later, and then by the time all the news drops for the day, all the the real bombshell news, like the bombshells drop, like stuff in the MCU and movies and stuff like that, which isn't going on right now, obviously. We get to be more well rested when that comes out. You guys are already halfway through your day. So anyway, I hope you're all having a very good day today. Let's see who all we got in here. Looks like we got 4 people. If you're here, please make sure that you smash the like button on your way in. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Aloy's Dawdle says, hello, how are you doing? Mads Mama Bear, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Can't wait. What is it, tomorrow, right? The Queen's Council will be happening tomorrow. If you guys don't follow Mads Mama Bear, make sure you go check her out. Go follow her on Twitter and stuff like that. But yeah, she gets together with a few of the ladies from the Fandom Menace. A few of the Fandom Menace ladies. And they'll do the Queen's Council. And you know what? I just realized last week. Was it last week? I'm pretty sure it was last week when I was watching. Christy wasn't there. Christy, where you been? Bruh. Looking for you. Hope all is well, Mads. Unstoppable Cock Blocker. How you doing, man? Hope all is well, man. Apex Comics says, April Fools. Dude, I completely forgot that I did. I didn't realize it was April Fool's Day. I don't know. Great. Now I know my kids are going to be messing with me. I know my kids are going to be messing with me all day now. Let's see. Eloise says, 10:08 in New Jersey. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, man. 3 hours, man. In 3 hours. Unstoppable Cockblocker says, Wakanda, Latveria, Krakoa, and Genosha are all under government shutdown. I know, man. I know. It is. Everywhere is. Everywhere is right now. It's according to Christie's. It's on Okay, it's on Christie's channel tomorrow. Sweet. All right, good deal. So make sure, and if you guys aren't aware of, you don't know who, according to Christie is, you need to go check out her channel. She's great, man. She's awesome. Wookiee Supremacy is here. What's up, fools? How you doing, Wookiee? Hope all is well. So yeah, I mean, today normally I would be doing I would be talking about comic books. It'd be New Comic Book Wednesday, but in case you haven't been paying attention, that's not the case anymore. And who knows when the next time that we get a new comic day will be. A lot of things have been going on. I know I shared a post on my Twitter yesterday. I shared a post on my Twitter yesterday. Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday or the day before? Where they were talking. I think it might have been the day before. Man, I can't remember. I actually even reached out to your boy Zach. To tell him about it because I wasn't for sure, and then I sent him the email, and then he's like, oh, I just talked about this in my last video, and like I think it had dropped like maybe about an hour before that, and I had downloaded it. I just hadn't watched it yet, but you know what it was he didn't clickbait me. He didn't clickbait me with the title at that time, so I wasn't aware, but Yeah, man. Let's get into here, and I'll show you guys what we got going on, as far as some of what's going on out there in the comic world. Let me see if I get this thing pulled up here. Let's see. No, ooh, that's definitely not it. But we will look at this right. Oh man, where are we at here? There we go. We'll look right here. Um, oh man, look at this guy. What's with this guy? You see this guy right there? Look at this guy right here, man. He got his helmet on and everything. He got all kinds of lines and everything on his head. Um, let's see. Here we are, right here, guys. Did you guys see this? This news right here, man. Um, Diamond warns of cash flow problems, halts payments to vendors. Ooh, man, this is pretty bad. Um, this is pretty bad. Oh, come on, what's going on here? Why are you messing with me here, computer? Um, Basically, what's happening here? Um, well, let's just go ahead and read this announcement from it was announced on Newsarama. This letter here from Geppy Family Enterprises President Stan Hindman, and basically the Geppy Family Enterprises are who own Diamond Distribution, who distributes all of the comic books for the industry. I know some people would probably say they have a monopoly. That's not necessarily true. While they are pretty much the majority, how would you say? Not stockholder or whatnot, but the majority people who produce, and distribute comic books worldwide, pretty much. Here's what they had to say. Dear Diamond Vendor, dear Diamond Vendor, as the world responds to the outbreak of the current situation, our focus is on protecting employees, understanding the risks to our business, evaluating the risks to our industry, and examining the federal government resources available. While the full impact of this epidemic is still unknown, one thing is certain: supply chain disruptions have cash flow implications across the extended industry that can't be underestimated. I can already tell somebody here already underestimated them. Really, while we work to understand the current industry landscape, the unfortunate truth is that we are no longer receiving consistent payments from our customers. Hmm. Hmm. This requires that at this time we hold payments to vendors previously scheduled to release this week. This is a difficult decision and not one we make lightly. As this situation continues to evolve, we are committed to building out a plan for payments, and we'll have information to share later this week. Thank you for your patience and understanding during these difficult times. Now, in case you don't know what any of that means, basically, who they're right here where they're saying supply chain disruptions have supply chain disruptions have cash flow implications across the extended industry that can't be underestimated. You think the government told everybody that they got to close, non-essential businesses have to close. At least that where I live at. I'm not sure how it is where you live at, but where I live at here in California, they pretty much said all non-essential businesses have to close. Now, that doesn't include every place, but there are some places that are basically told they cannot be operating. Barbershops, salons, nail salons, things like that. I get it. I get it. People are exercising different level of precautions, and of course the state steps in to tell everybody what to do. Now, the thing here is a lot of local comic book shops have closed because they're not wanting to put themselves at risk. They're not wanting to put other people at risk. Some of them, like them having to basically, if they were going to limit their hours, everything going on, this was going to affect their business no matter what, whether they were ordered to close or not. And the thing is they weren't ordered to close, but a lot of them are taking precautions to close and closing. Now the thing is they're doing that, mostly out of their own their own volition. They're deciding to do that on on their own. But that in turn That in turn, and a lot of them are doing it because everybody's scared. The government's got everybody scared, saying you gotta stay indoors and all this and that, social distancing and everything. You can social distance and still be out in public. Okay. Now, if you're sick, you've been exposed to somebody who's sick, keep your ass at home. Obviously, right? Just do all this stuff. But generally, you should probably be okay if you're going out in public and you're keeping your social distance. Now, the thing is while we work to understand the current industry landscape, don't you think maybe you should have tried to do this sooner? Um, yeah. They're also talking about the unfortunate truth is that we are no longer receiving consistent payments from our customers. And the customers, their customers, Diamond Distribution's customers are the comic shops. Oh man, is this thing okay? Let's see, what's this thing talking about? Is this thing black? Let me know down in the comments below if this thing's freezing up on you guys or anything. It's telling me here that let me see. Saying my stream health is poor. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you guys are experiencing any issues with lag or the picture breaking up or anything. On my end, it's telling me there is. I don't know how it's telling for you guys, but anyway, yeah, it's probably hard to receive payments from people who were closed. The comic shops who were closed. And plus, why would they pay you for comic books they haven't received? I can't imagine. I mean, maybe they give them a little. Maybe they have a little bit of a credit thing that they allow them to have when they ship the comic. I don't know how it works with the comic book industry, but I can tell you how it works with what I do. With what I do, and see why is this? Let me know. Okay, it's fine. All right. Here's the thing: is like I'm a franchisee. I own a franchise. I'm a franchise owner. I own my own business. I run my own business. And pretty much what I do, I'm not sure if you can see this right here. I've got my cart right here. I've got snacks. Okay? They're prepackaged and everything by the company that I am a franchisee for. I purchase them. They send them to me. I send in my order. They send them to me. And then I send them their money. Now, I can't place another order until I pay for that order. So I mean, there's like maybe that one pallet credit or whatnot. And that's it. Maybe they somehow work by that as well. Maybe they shipped out the comic books and the comic shop has to pay them. When they receive their shipment, when they receive their order. I don't know. But I would guess that it goes something like that. It could also be that they have to pay for it before they get it. I don't know. I mean, if you know anything more about that, let me know down in the comments below. But the thing is it runs kind of that same way. And why would the shops pay you if they're not getting product? And like I said, I could be wrong here. Maybe they do something like that. Maybe they're just not getting payments from the people who have already had the shit shipped to their stores, and they're just not getting their money. That's understandable. This requires the time that we hold payments to vendors previously scheduled to release this week. Now, the vendors are the Marvels, the DCs, the Vaults, the Aftershocks. So basically, Marvel, DC, and all these people, they're not getting their paycheck from Diamond Distributors because Diamond Distributors isn't getting their paycheck. Gee, man, it's weird how this works, right? It's weird how this works. I know. Yeah. We are committed to building out a plan for payment, and we'll have more information to share later this week. I'm not one of the doomsday people that's out there going to tell you that, like, oh no, the comic industry is over, it's dead, it's no longer going to return. Diamond's not going to open. I don't necessarily believe that to be true. If they're having cash flow problems, which is obviously what the problem is here, if they have to close their doors, there's somebody sitting right around the corner waiting to pounce on the opportunity to buy this company up and start distributing these comics once again. And that's just the plain and simple of it. But in the meantime, what do places like Marvel, DC, Aftershock, Vault, all the other small ones too, Image, Boom Studios, Red 5 Comics. You know, what do all they do? You know, what do they have to do? They've, in the meantime, you know, they're sitting there like you know, they have, like, Diamond probably actually even has them too. Books that were supposed to release this week, sitting in their warehouse, just sitting there. So basically, they got comic books, and I'm just guessing that they already have them there. It just seems to make sense. So they've got customers' product sitting in their warehouse that they're not going to pay for, and that they're not going to ship out. Right? It's almost like they're trying to pull a stalemate here. You know, like oh hey, like we can't ship these books out, and we're not going to pay for them. Like you know, so what do the comic industry have to do? They've got to find a way to distribute their comic books, right? I mean, that would be, you know, the logical sense. There was people, you know, there was talk out there that DC was gonna go ahead and launch their books anyway. Did DC launch their books this week? There was talk that DC was going to launch their books this week all on digital, right? I can tell you, Marvel didn't do it. I think Marvel even made a statement that they weren't going to. Let's see. Featured. New from DC. No, that don't look like it. Just added. Did all of these March 31st. Ooh, so these are old ones. These are trade paperbacks. Yeah, looks like even DC decided not to do it, right? And that's the thing. But here's the thing: is there's still other people out there who are making comic books and can have them printed and distributed. See, that's the thing is, so what's going to happen is if Diamond don't open their doors back up soon, they're obviously going to lose money, and they're not going to be able to open their doors back up. And in which case, you know, Marvel and DC and all the other publishers seem to have a problem here. So what are they going to do? I mean, they're going to have to find another way to distribute the comics, right? They're not going to just not, not, put out comics. That's their job. That's what they do. They decided not to do the digital thing. I know Eli Gray, one of the viewers of the channel, had posted a thing on Twitter suggesting that, what if they gave unique digital codes to the comic shops that can be redeemed to read your comics digitally right now, and then when the book comes out, when it finally gets to shops, they can give you the book. That sounds all fine and dandy. It does. It sounds great. It's a good solution. The only thing is at this point, they don't even have a distributor. They don't have anybody to ship the physical copies out. Do some of the physical copies exist already? Yeah. I can guarantee you they're already printed up, sitting in a warehouse. Probably in a Diamond distribution warehouse. So Marvel and DC don't even have access to their product. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. They might have some that they ship out. I don't know. I don't know how they do the ones like, when you get on, Marvel and do your subscription through them, because you could do that. You can get on their website. You can do all that. I'm not sure how that works. I'm sure that's probably still distributed through Diamond. Just guessing. So we can see that they're hurting right now. They're hurting right now. And that sucks. You guys know I love comic books. Like I said, I'm not here to say like, oh, the comic industry is dead. It's never coming back. Marvel and DC are screwed. Diamond screwed. No. I think all this stuff will come back eventually. Maybe not in the same capacity, not in the same way. But this is something that, they're running on basically an old, outdated model. Are they not? They even say in there. They even said in that letter. What was it they said? While we work to understand the current industry landscape. Okay, this is something they should have done a while back. Not only Diamond distributors, but Marvel and DC. And we can see it's something that, a lot of people, and I'm not here to, talk about Comicsgate and church them up or anything, but that's what they do. A lot of those independent creators, because there's more than just Comicsgate and the war campaigns and everything out there. There's more people out there, independent creators, than just that, okay? There is. There are people who make their own independent comics who aren't part of Comicsgate. They're not part of War Campaign, or I think those are the only two I really know. I don't think the rest of the creators have a little name for themselves or anything. But there's people out there who create comic books, have them printed, have them distributed to their customers. This is something Marvel and DC should have thought about a long time ago. Image and all the other places, they should have thought about this a while back. Now, the thing is, there's companies out there that still do that. Like you can, like Impact Theory Comics, you can get on their website and order the comic books. They'll send them to you still. They've got them. But they also distribute through Diamond as well. Now the thing is that are they going to be able to send you Hexagon issue number 2? Probably not. Probably not. But the thing is, like, there's other people out there who have found, logistics and ways to do this. So something obviously at this point Marvel and DC is going to have to look into is these different ways to distribute their comic books. And also we can see that a lot of the people in the industry who make comic books are now starting to follow suit. They're starting to follow suit of all those people that they talked down upon before. And like I said, I'm not somebody here who like seriously, like I haven't backed one Comicsgate creator. I think the only indie creator I have actually backed is Preston Poulter. He's not part of Comicsgate. He's not part of Warhammer. I've backed his projects so far. And the thing is because he was putting out a good product, and he's putting it out regularly. They got Guinevere and the Divinity Factory number 2 up right now. You know what? I want to get Pandemic, the new your boy Zach book. But like I said, all these people have found these distribution models before. I'm not here to church up, Comicsgate or anything. I'm not worried about that. What it is like, but a lot of people, the comic industry pros have, for the most part, been disparaging a lot of the people in that community, the independent creator community, who do things like that, and talking about they get on the YouTube, do the YouTube channels and all of that kinds of stuff to try to sell their books instead of being pros, right? But look what the pros are doing now. Now all the pros are following suit. They're all creating YouTube channels and doing different things on there to promote their works, right? Or maybe just doing different things to have fun. Either way. Oh, and did you guys see this? I gotta see if I can find this. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, is Marvel in denial? Is Marvel in denial that they are is Marvel in denial that they are closing? That they're not distributing books this week? On Marvel Entertainment here on YouTube, if you go there, they release trailers and stuff like that. Talk about upcoming comic books. I was talking the other day about how they were, how they need to get better at promoting their comic books. And they were sitting there talking about Spider-Woman. They're like, oh, coming soon to comic shops. And it's like, and I'm sitting there like, bro, you realize the comic book that you're saying is coming soon and talking about with the creator and everything on your YouTube channel today came out over a week ago? That's not... You promote your books after they come out. No, you got to advertise ahead of time, not behind the time, right? You got to advertise ahead of time. You tell people about it ahead of time. Well, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. It might have been the day before. They released another one of those Marvel Minutes or whatever. We were telling you about all the books coming out this week, and they're sitting there talking about the new Black Widow book and that's coming out, written by Kelly Thompson, that was supposed to be coming out today, and I think another title that they had that was supposed to be coming out this week. And I'm sitting there watching this video, the Marvel Minute, and you got the girl up there with the red hair, she's all excited, and I'm sitting there watching like. You realize comic books aren't coming out this week, right? You're not releasing them digital. You're not releasing them at the comic shop. You're not sending them to my mailbox. What are you doing? What are you doing here? I don't know. It's backwards. It's backwards. Obviously, they should have been evaluating this issue a long time ago. A long time ago, they should have been evaluating this issue. By the way, if you guys are here, please make sure you thumbs up this video. Make sure you give it a like. Greatly helps out. Will help hopefully bring people here. Make sure you share it out to your friends, your family, your friends that may not come here to YouTube, or maybe they do, and maybe they're just not here, and you want them to come join the fun, right? Anyway, yeah, please make sure you do that. I greatly appreciate that. Now, the thing is that's really all. I'm not here to beat up on the comic industry because, dude, it's something I love. It's something I love. So it's just saddening, like the disconnect from the company to its readers and fans. You know what I mean? They just don't get it. It's just like, it's like one of those things. Like they're still uploading these videos promoting their comic books. Maybe that's what maybe they'll get caught up. Maybe they'll get caught up here over this time. But it's like they're releasing these videos just to release videos, content just for content. Like, believe me, guys, there are YouTube creators on this platform who, they release content just to release content. Whether they're talking about shit they know about or not, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing with the new Warriors, the new Warriors coming out. Like dude, seriously, I've got people in my subscription feed, and I've talked about this before, that don't even read comics, don't care about comics. But naturally, they all had to make fucking videos about the new Warriors because they care, right? They had to make videos about, what's this new one? Gotham High? Is that what it's called? Because they care about comic books, right? No, because they have nothing else to talk about. Instead of reaching back into whatever it is they talk about, like, oh, hey, let's talk about this old comic book, or let's talk about this book. Let's talk about this book that I read, because this is what my content on the channel normally revolves around, is this. But let's not talk about this. Let's talk about comic books, right? Because that's what brought you to my channel, was me talking about comic books, not me talking about books. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know, man. Frankly, it gets old. It gets old. But anyway, guys, please make sure you share the video, like the video, give it a thumbs down if you like. It's all good. But that's really about it, man. It's a shame. I can't wait to get some new comic books again. I can't wait for the world to go back to normal, without the state telling you that you can't be open, that you can't be working, that you have to stay home and indoors. It's just some really weird shit going on out there with everything going. We'll get into that in just a minute. We'll get into the weirdos and the essentials in just a minute. Let's see who else we got here that stopped in. Let's see, Maverick Pilgrim is here. Thank you so much for being here. Apex Comics says, my LCS is open and I'm getting my comics. April Fools. Well, I was gonna say, my LCS is open and I could go get comics, just not new comics. Wookiee Supremacy says, you spell Wookiee like Generation Text new video. I told him about it too. Hashtag let the Wookiee win. Oh man, that's funny. Let's see. Oh man, you guys are funny. I didn't mean to constantly leave out the extra E. Yeah, you know what? I made the same mistake before. I was pigeonholing Wookiee Supremacy as one of those regular Wookiees, but he's not. He's got the extra E. Ask Unstoppable Cockblocker says, ask Diamond where the fuck the comics at. Yeah, seriously. And the thing is just by the sounds of it, I don't know, but I would guess the way that it sounds like distribution goes is they've got them locked up in their vault, in their little warehouse. They've got them all locked up. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I don't want to have to shop at Walmart for comics, right? Walmart sells comics. Yes, they do. Yep. Yep. DC. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Vlad Wright, thank you for being here. Snowdub is here, says Jenner check. Woo! Apex Comics is here, and Snowdub, you the man, bro. Been seeing you teaming up with Max a bit lately on some of those videos. Yeah, nice, man. Hope all is well. Apex Comics says, if only Marvel and DC made better comics for 5 straight years. The direct market is broken. The industry needs more distributors. Yeah, indeed. And I think one distributor could work fine. It could work fine, but they like even like they said they have to reevaluate. They have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what they're doing. They're chasing their tail right now. Actually, they're not even chasing their tail right now. They're sitting there. Right now, they're sitting there licking their dingaling clean. They're not even chasing their tail. You know what I mean? They're licking their dingaling clean, trying to figure out what to do next, man. Otherwise, okay, it's fine. Okay, I'll be able to grab the new Warriors book. um, Unstoppable Cockblocker says they seldom have anything up to date. I know, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You can buy 7 Marvel comics in a Walmart package for $10. They put the best comic in the front. Oh yeah, I bet. I'm in no rush for that. I can wait. This is Wookie. Unstoppable Cockblocker says want to order Vaporwave clothing from Vapor 95, but they might not ship them from Cali due to really. That's weird, man. That's weird. That's weird to me. Apex says I buy comics from Indiegogo directly from creators and get more bang for my bucks. Plus they are signed. Yeah, awesome, hell yeah. Now the one thing I will say about like the indie books like that, like the Indiegogos and stuff like that, that a lot of people, I've heard people say, like, here's the thing is like, are those books ever going to be worth money? Like like an amazing fantasy, whatever, the one with Spider-Man on there. Is it ever going to sell like that? Is it ever going to be worth that? No, it's not. They're not. Plain and simply, they're not. I don't care what creator it is out there, what book it is. It's not going to be worth that money. But it's worth that to you as the reader. And that is the important part, is that it's worth it to you. Because and that's how it is with a lot of these things. Even like the Amazing Fantasy, was it number 15? Was it number 15? That book is still only worth it to the people who value that and are willing to pay that. Other than that, it's worth the cover price of the book. So yeah, but I hear you. Yeah, yeah, and the indie creators. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Support them. If they're making books you like, yeah, by all means, support them. We will hold the first annual Diamond Comics Purge next week. Oh, Marquise, that's funny, hilarious, dude. I draw on my own. I draw my own on my driveway with chalk. Good deal. So do my kids. Apex says, yeah, I draw my own comics too. Marvel needs to get rid of their woke staff. I don't even know that it's that necessarily. I think what it is here's the thing when it comes to that. People talk about all the wokeness and all this stuff with everything, the politics and the comic books. Here's the thing is when it comes to that, it's not necessarily that. What it is for most people, and I'm not saying specifically you, Apex, but specifically like most people, the thing is it's because it doesn't reflect what their personal politics are, what their feelings are. That's usually the problem. It's not the fact that somebody's woke and all that, and it's usually because it's not reflecting their personal opinions and their personal politics. But I will also say that it's also, if there was balance in their storytelling, that would be different. I mean, that could be better storytelling, leaving things more open and thought provoking in their stories. But it could also mean that while you got these people over here virtue signaling for the left, the SJWs, maybe have some people over here on the right who are doing serving these people, while you got these people over here serving these people. Maybe bring some balance to it instead of having it, you got those 2 or 3 writers on this side, you know what I mean, who don't talk about their personal politics, who aren't on Twitter being fucking weirdos. You got them over here while you got the other people over here. It's just for like if they even if they just added a few to balance the scales a little bit more, I'm sure would probably clear a lot of that up. But then also if they just had say their editors, actually editing, saying we can't say this. Can you just change this? Just the wording a little bit. Like it's like I get what you're saying, but it's coming off wrong. Just can you word that differently? Can you word that differently so it don't sound so offensive? So it don't sound like you hate the person who's reading the comic book. Yeah. Unstoppable says, "Oh yeah, well I draw comics on my sanitary napkin with Mr. Oh man." So you're terrible. I really should have paid more attention in college. I doodle well, but my stuff is garbage. Yeah, it's all good, man. Not everybody can be as good of an artist as I am. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But they can't. But some can. You can't make good money with digital. Well, the thing is I'm sure you could, but the thing is, most comic readers like to have that physical comic in their hand. But yeah, I believe you, Apex, because it's just like the thing with like releasing Black Widow to streaming instead of VOD, or to streaming instead of doing the theater release when theaters open. In the next couple months, you know, like people are talking like, oh, they have better chance of making money right now. Yeah, right now they're gonna make money right now, but they're not gonna make much money as they could if they released it in theaters in 2-3 months. So yeah, no, I hear you. And also that where was I going with that? I can't remember what I was gonna say. Marvel needs to continue to release Strange Academy digitally. Yeah, you know what? I heard Strange Academy was actually pretty good. I read that the thing that they were putting in all the books there for a little while. You know, that little thing they had, 8 pages in there or whatever, and I thought it sucked. I'm like, this sucks, man. It's not even like the art in it looks not good. The story was, but everybody when the comics came out and said, oh man, like that, like they were like, oh yeah, that preview they were putting in the books didn't do the book justice. The book is really good, and I heard this from people who said they didn't like the preview neither, right? But this really only goes to prove my point even more, is you need to get better at promoting your comic books. You're the writers, you're the creators, you're the editors, you're the publishers of these books, and you can't even sell them good. You got a book that I read, and I'm looking at it, reading this preview, saying this is shit. And it comes out, and other people that said the same thing are like, this is actually a good book. You cannot promote your books very good. Like I said, I'm not here to beat up everybody, because lots of people aren't good at promotion. It's not just them. You know who's good at promotion? Movies. A lot of movies, like Marvel Studios is good at promotion. Disney is good at promoting their movies. Or we can say that Warner Brothers isn't. But they're good at that. You know what I mean? And it's not easy. I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm not at all. But you need to get better at it. Unstoppable says you should back Ed Piskor, Trinity. I don't even know who that is. They'll get my money, Apex. Okay. I'll back Ed Piskor, EVS, Zach, Cecil, etc. Great creators. Yeah, like I said, I've been wanting to back up Richard C. Myers, Zach, your boy Zach. I've been wanting to back. I was thinking about maybe Iron Sights, 2 Psychos, and then Pandemic, the new one. I've been thinking about that. I just haven't done it yet. Sony hasn't delayed Venom 2's release yet. They will. I think they will. Wookie says Marvel Comics is a Disney hobby. They don't care about comic books. They've got money to burn. They don't. That's the thing, is they don't. It's not even their hobby. They just ended up, when they bought Marvel, they ended up absorbing it. Do they care about it? They do. They do, because they're crossing a lot of stuff over within the Star Wars world, and even with the Marvel stuff, they promote some of their movies and stuff through there. So, but no, and that's, I was gonna say, you might think they've got money to burn just because they're a big corporation, because they're Disney, but no, they are losing money right now. Bad, man. And I hate the term losing money. They're not necessarily losing money. They're not making any money, and they don't have money to. They don't have reserves. You know what I mean? They don't have reserves to live off of. We can see that recently, wasn't it Bob Iger? Basically, he didn't step down as CEO, but he's basically not taking his pay. A lot of companies are doing this, where they're letting the CEOs, basically salaried members of management, like the higher ups in the corporation, are basically stepping down from their positions or whatnot, or being laid off because they get salary. They already make good money, but that allows the company to keep money instead of paying them during this time when they're not working and not doing anything. The company as a whole, it allows them to not pay that person while they can save money to pay people later. I'm sure a lot of people do not understand. It's like, oh, all these CEOs are stepping down and stuff. They do that so the company, because I know a lot of theaters did that too, so they can have money that they're not paying out for nothing to somebody for nothing right now. That's how that's working. But yeah, no, Disney does not have money to burn. That is that's false. That's false. They do not. They do not. All good book artists, Apex. I need to support your book. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely. Um, Two Gun Pedro's here says pew pew. What's up, Two Gun Pedro? Disney couldn't talk more. Wookie says Disney could tank Marvel Comics completely and it wouldn't make a dent. Oh, it would. It would. It would. It would for them. Pedro, you almost made me lose. He says, I'm just here to watch Trinity flap his gums. Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Apex says, I should start my Indiegogo campaign around September or October. Fembat Volume 1. Nice, nice. Hell yeah. Sweet. I've been told that the ones of us that do care need to shut up. Oh, yeah. Sweet Farmer's Tan. Oh, you like that? You like that Farmer's Tan? You think that's bad? You should see on my head. Did you see the video that I put up on Twitter yesterday? It was, what's his name? Oh, man, you guys know him. He changed his name. Gen X Valentine is what it used to be. I can't remember what he changed his name to. He changes his name a lot, man. What is his name? Tom Valentine, yeah. A clone of Palpatine. He says, did the helmet give you tan lines? Yeah, it's because, and you can, oh yeah, yeah, I can see, you can see it on the screen right now. In person, it doesn't look that dramatic. It doesn't look that bad, but I see it on screen. I'm like, holy crap, man, that looks pretty bad. Yeah, and there's really no way around it. Like, I can wear sunblock. I can put sunblock and stuff like that. It doesn't matter what SPF it is. I can put the sunblock on and all that stuff. I can do all that. But this still happens. This still happens no matter what, because the sun's still hitting your skin. It doesn't matter, It only makes it not as dramatic as fast. Maybe, maybe I do need to get out more, get a little more sun exposure without the helmet. But then I figure, wouldn't it still, like, wouldn't these be darker and these be lighter still? I don't know. But yeah, but I'm telling you, you should see like how it gets full blown summer. You guys are gonna see me and be like, oh dude, you need to put on a cap or something while you're riding, bro. And I probably do, and I have some too. But that's sweet, Apex Comics, man. Keep us updated, and when you're getting ready, when you're starting to ramp up the stuff, man, we'll have to definitely get you. We'll have to definitely get you here on the channel for sure, to help promote that. Alois Duado says, you were asking if the stream was freezing up a while back, and I assure it's fine. That's the concept. Oh yeah, I got it. Thank you, man. Thank you, Alois. Wookie says, is the new She-Hulk ever going to be worth any money? Come on. I don't know. It's hard to say. Really, the value is what you as a reader are willing to put on it, or a collector are willing to put on it, not that it's actually worth that much, you know what I mean? Because we could look at a whole bunch of things and like, oh, this is selling for, X thousands of dollars, you know what I mean? And it's like, man, that shit cost $10.99 when it came out. That's not worth that. And, people, yeah. It's what value you put in it. Sorry for the confusion. No, you're cool, Alois. Wookie Supremacy says, the thing is that I don't care about the activities of superheroes' various orifices. Yeah, right. Or what they're eating while they're, about their morning coffee in the comic book. I don't need to see them eating at an eatery, eating at their favorite coffee shop, having a pastry, having some scrambled eggs in a gentrified area of town owned by Hawkeye. Two Gun Pedro says, looks like Trinity is juggling balls. Oh man, I want to say something to that, so man, I'm not going to, but that's hilarious. Twice? That's a lot of balls. Marvel sucks at promoting, yeah. And I was gonna say, and like they all do. Marvel's bad at it. DC's bad at it. But, like all the companies, they're pretty bad at it. Most of them are pretty bad at it. It's usually the creators themselves that are a little bit better at it. A little bit better. But yeah, they're almost all of them suck. Almost all of them suck. Eloise says Disney is in straits right now with actually yeah they are. Disney and Warner Bros. Yeah, they are. They're hurting. They are hurting. Eloise says check out Thinking Critical's latest video with Clownfish TV's Neon where they cover the Disney situation. Yeah, I was gonna say, and I haven't. I just seen that drop this morning. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, or was it last night? Late last night? It might have been in the middle of the night. No, well, you know what? Because I think they're out on the East Coast. Well, I think he's actually in Canada, but yeah. I didn't get a chance to watch that yet, but I did download that. The tanking of the economy is on purpose. What was that? The swine flu was loads worse, and no one's even remembers it. Oh yeah, I remember all that. I remember all that. She-Hulk needs to be sexy again. Yeah. Aggressively says, I love these comments. Dr. Wookie and the comic economists explain why everything is bad. Hands on hit. Aggressively relaxing is in the house. What's up, Aggressively? How you doing, man? How you doing? You know what? And I need to get that thing recorded for you and sent out. I need to get that recorded and sent out. I read the script and everything, so yeah, I need to get that recorded and sent out, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, and the thing is it's not that everything is bad. Like I said, like in a lot of the comics and everything, you know, I know a handful of years ago, like even when like I have seen improvements in the comics in just the little over 2 years that I've been back into comics. I've seen improvements. I won't say great strides, but I've seen improvements in a lot of the stuff that people are talking about, like like the social commentary and all that stuff. You know, the personal politicking in the books. I've seen an improvement in that here over these last couple of years. Now the thing is like for me, what I've noticed is the story quality seems to like a lot of the books I read. They're just not exciting. They don't hook me in and make me want to read the next week or anything like that. You know what I mean? They just don't do that. Did I share this? I don't think I tweeted this. I don't think I tweeted this. Let me tweeter this out. Come on, man. Piece of junk. Yeah, there we go. They're not telling exciting stories that get me super excited and make me want to read month to month. I do, because some of them, like, I like Captain America. I like the character, and I want to see it get better. You know, I have hope. Captain Marvel is, it's not terrible. It's just not great. That's the thing. It's not terrible. It's just not great. And that's where I think at some point they need to get better at finding talent out there to write the books. You know, bring in new talent. That's okay. You know, a lot of the people who are writing these more stories that are more boring. I think a lot of these people, like a Kelly Thompson, I think she would probably be better at writing something outside of the Captain Marvel or that superhero genre from Marvel, like one of like an indie book. I think, you know, because it's going to force her to be creative and character building, world building, and things like that. I think, you know, because I don't think she's like a terrible writer. I think she just needs. A lot of people get into these books, and you know, you're automatically going to get sales because you have these legacy characters, so you're automatically going to get sales, so you don't have to be a great writer to get those sales, you know what I mean? And you can see that through just the numbers and things like that. But and I won't confess to know a whole lot about that. I just know that just through reading. I think a lot of the writers, a lot of these other writers that are writing some of these books would do better in the indie writing indie fare. Honestly, like smaller press stuff, like their own unique stuff. And let some of these other people, some of these people that are more hungry, who are already doing that, step up to the plate into those roles to write some of those books, because they are writing better stories. Like I can guarantee you, I could name you easily easily 3, 4, 5 people who could write, who are in the comic industry right now, writing smaller press books that could do good jobs writing some of these bigger stories, bigger heroes and things like that. And one of those people, the biggest person I can think of, is Michael Morisi. Michael Morisi is a great writer. Like I would love to see him writing a superhero book, like a book on Marvel. And he did one recently. I think it was during the Annihilation Scourge. He did a book over there for that. I don't think it was $20.99, but it would be great to see him come in and write. I don't know, maybe like a Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I mean? Because he likes that like a lot of that space kind of stuff. He's also great at horror. He's writing The Plot, which is one of my favorite horror titles out right now. But bring somebody like him in to write some of these heroes. Bring in I'm not sure. Did Jim Krueger used to write for like Marvel or DC? But he's a great writer. He did Neon Future last year. Bring in like a David Andry. He wrote Resonant last year, a little 6-issue miniseries, one of my favorite books of last year. Bring him in to write something. You know what I mean? Because he wrote a book last year called Resonant that it's one of my favorite books of last year. Bring him in for those kinds of things. You know what I mean? There's other, you bring in other creators. You need fresh new talent, because once you stop being hungry, you get complacent, right? And I think that's what some of it is. I think that's what some of it is like, hey, I know I'm guaranteed this job, so what are you gonna do? Fire me? And there are people out there that are gonna be shoehorned into these titles and get their jobs just because of representation or because of their own political views and shit like that. And that's just wrong. You know what I mean? That's not right. But I think I think really what it comes is here instead of representation, how about diversification? Right? Ooh, did I just bring up diversity? Yes. By that I mean like have different writers telling different kinds of stories. You know what I mean? They don't all have to be insufferable SJWs or insufferable right wingers. They don't have to be that. A lot of those people, on either side of those political spectrums and shit, they can write good. A lot of them can. You know what I mean? A lot of them can. Look at a Nick Spencer. Do you read a Nick Spencer book and wonder what his politics are? We could probably hop on his Twitter and find out. But a lot of people, I think the last I read, I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people were saying that he was one of those bad people that put on white sheets. But I don't know. But I think they could do better with things like that. And like I said, not that they're doing terrible. It's just that there are still improvements that need to be made, tweaks that need to be made that could be used to make better comic books, I think. There's no hurry on that script now. Oh man, that's funny. It's all those damn kids. Shakes fists in the air. Get off my lawn. Oh man, that's funny. Apex Comics says Ike Perlmutter needs to fire all the SJW staff and management and hire true fans that care about Marvel canon. Well, does he still have anything to do with the comics? I don't know if he does. Does he? I mean, I suppose he could, but I'm pretty sure it's basically all Feige now, which ultimately still comes over to Disney. So yeah, I don't know how that works. But again, I don't see, because you're saying fire all staff, and I'm not one of those. I'm not part of cancel culture. I don't think people need to be fired. I don't think people need to lose their jobs for things like that, for their own personal views or anything like that, or fucking offensive tweets or anything like. I'm not into that shit. I'm not into that. Somebody's an asshole, they're an asshole. You don't like somebody's point of view, hey, you don't like their point of view, that's fine. That's the world we live in. I don't think that they need to be fired. I think that's just as wrong. But I think what they need is the opposition in the room too. They need other people who aren't down with that, I guess you could say. They need those people in there so they can butt heads, talk about things, talk about ideas, ways to improve. You know what I mean? Because they're in an echo chamber. They just need more diversity. The thing that they want, right? They just need more of that. Aggressively says She-Hulk is awesome right now. When she held the gate in War of the Realms and loudly banging Thor. Shit's dope. Also, in the Medium comics, you change costumes so people want the old one back. Marketing. Oh yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah. Oh no, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I get that aggressively. No, that makes sense. But um, of course, you as well as I know, and as well as we all know, is that shit triggers people and they get upset. But yeah, no, no, you're absolutely right. Aggressively, She-Hulk had sex with Thor while holding on to the gate. I can't remember. It's been a while. Like, man, War of the Realms for me was so terrible. I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. They should lose their pinky fingers. Yes, okay. Is like I wasn't sure if Ike Perlmutter was still in charge of all of that. As far as I know, they don't get along. As far as I know, Perry Comics, thank you so much for being here. What's up, my brother? That'll learn him. Oh, I think one of my kids just woke up. Fan Jexters here says, I'm here, no notification day. Can't believe I almost missed this gun show. Oh yeah. You almost missed the gun. You want me is that what you want? You want to see these guns? See that? See that right there? That's me not flexing. That's just it by itself. Yeah, you see them lovely lady lumps right there? That's me not flexing. That's me not flexing. Yeah, that's me not flexing right there. Of course, I'm not going to lie and say that that is me flexing. Want to do an ab check? Is that what we're doing? Are we doing an ab check? Are we doing a six-pack check? Is that what you want to see? You want to see you want an ab check, Adam? Is that what you want? You want an ab? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that because I don't. Believe me, my belly's starting to go down, man. My belly's starting to go down. I'm getting back into ketosis. I know, like yesterday, I was feeling shitty, man. Like I was like, oh man, I was like, shit, maybe I did catch the Ronas. Man, like I was feeling bad, dude. Like, and then I realized I was like, oh, and I posted about it on my Twitter. I'm like, oh, you know what? It's probably that what they call keto flu. I wouldn't know because I never experienced it before. Because every time that I went in to get back into ketosis and start like following the ketogenic diet strict, I just fast. You know what I mean? I fast for usually about a week. You know, 5 to 7 days. Nothing but water. Nothing but water. Nothing but water. So I've never experienced it, the keto flu, because when you're fasting, like fasting, I will tell you, is a lot harder, but you don't get all those same sensations. Or maybe it's just that you're expecting them, and maybe it's just because your body is actually getting no nutrients, so it's a different experience. It's a different experience. Yeah. Crazy. It was weird though. But yesterday I was like, oh man, I'm tired. I'm like, feel nauseous. I feel disoriented. My mind's going 100 different directions. Like man, I was like, man, maybe I do got the Ronas. And then like I sat down. I was kind of relaxing, watching some Thor, and I was eating my salad and stuff. And I was like starting to feel better. I'm like, okay. And then I was realizing, oh shit, I'm probably just getting back into ketosis. I'm probably just getting into ketosis. So yeah. A license for those cans. You know, what about? You can get those triceps. You can get that diamond cut in there. See that? A diamond cut. I don't know. It's not there yet. Where's Edwin at? Where's Edwin the comic jabroni? He'll you want to see some muscles? He's got some muscles. Of course, he's a skinnier guy. You know, he's a skinny guy. He's one of those guys that's built like I wish I was built. You know what I mean? Because I'm a fat ass, and I'll never be a. You know, I wouldn't want to be a twink. You know, he's not a twink, but you know, a twink. You know, one of those little skinny, lanky guys who's probably really great at what I do, cycling, because they have more. They have that power to weight ratio. But he's a skinnier dude. You know, like so he's more cut up and more ripped up. Me, I'm a fat ass. I'll never be that. But I can be fit. I can be pretty cut up. I've been there. I was down to like 170. I was like down to 170, man, and I was like, dude, like 2 years ago, before I got in my bike crash. He hates cardio. Yeah. and I'm not really into cardio neither. Well, the thing with cardio is pretty much anything that elevates your heart rate from its resting heart rate. So pretty much any activity is cardio. But yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm a fat ass. I'm a fat ass. So that's what it comes down to. Um, but yeah, I need, and I've got to, I need to hook up with Edwin one of these days, man. Get him here on the channel, along with you, Perry. We still need to link up and get you here on the channel. We still need to get you here. We need to do a live stream, bruh. We need to get you here. We need to get you here. But yeah, no, Edwin's a great dude, man. Um, Aggressively Relaxing says 20 Marvel books normally come out a week, and there is something for everyone. No one got mad that Death's Head wouldn't make money and got angry at people who like metal music. Yeah, I think I pulled the first two, maybe three issues of that, and I stopped. Basically I didn't read them. I think I got halfway through the first one and I was just busy and I never picked it back up, and I think I just dropped off. I'm like, okay, I'm not reading it and I don't know if it's good or not, so I'll just leave it. This seems like a book that will be there at the comic book shop later, so I stopped buying it. But yeah, no, and that's the thing. The thing is, there's not something for everyone, but there's and that's the thing though, is it's almost like a flat line. Instead of having like, they need to have something more for everyone, but they do have a variety of books out there. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. It's the Second Street Marble Gun Show. Don't show that dick root, you weirdo. I know, right? But that's what people do. People do on the things like yeah, salsa. Oh yeah, there's definitely a little roll there. There's definitely a little roll there. Trust me, there is. I won't say it's a muffin top. It's a biscuit top. It's a biscuit top. Yeah, no, it's pretty bad right now though. But the thing is like a couple weeks ago, it was worse. It was way worse, man. Because I've been putting in my training and all that stuff. And the thing is, like, right now in my stage of training is not the area where I'm going to be trimming up fat, because right now I'm putting in more miles on the bike and I'm still strength training. And when you're strength training, especially when you're doing all those, you're not looking to lose to lose weight. At this point of the year, I'm looking to put on some more muscle still before I increase the mileage even more, which I'm actually behind anyway. I should actually be ahead. I should actually be for the most part only doing miles right now. But the thing is you got, like, I got to bulk up. I'm gonna get my muscles bigger right now, and then after I'm done with most of the workouts and I'm doing mostly bike miles, then I'll get skinny and I'll get ripped up. That's how it works. You can't do both. You can't get ripped and get buff at the same time. You got to get buff and then get ripped. And then you got to shed that weight off. That's how Hugh Jackman does it, right? Just saying. But yeah. I saw some rolls there. That's fun. Yeah, that's why I'm going back into ketosis, bro, to get rid of that. God. Let's see yours. Let's see your waistline, buddy. Let's see your muffin top. Perry says, I seen you got the keto flu. Yeah, man. It was like, dude, I'm telling you, yesterday I was like, oh, yeah. Man, I was like, dude, maybe I've got the Ronas. Maybe I got the Ronas. And it wasn't. It was just, I realized later it was just probably the keto flu. Perry called it. Apex Comment says, Marvel should decrease their titles to 50%. I don't know that it's that. I don't know this. I mean, one thing I think, and this goes for all the companies, is I think they need to cut back on all the incentive covers, the variant covers, and all that. It's cool to have them. I don't have any problem with that. I think they need to cut back on doing so many of those. I think they need to cut back on doing so many of those, or if anything, just like do more kind of covers like that, and I think that's, to me, that's the ultimate thing, is there is the fact that they have, of this particular book, they got 10 different variant covers that came out this week. Like, that's unnecessary. You know what I mean? That's unnecessary to have 20 different covers. Like, come on, like, but I get it, because and believe me, I get into it sometimes too. There's one cover that I like, and I'm like, ooh, I want to get that one, and then I see a variant cover, I'm like, ooh, I like that one too. So I want to get this one. I want to get the variant cover, but I like the original too, so I'll get both. You know what I mean? I don't think I have any books that I bought more than one cover for, or more than two covers for. I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't think I have any that I have like 3 covers for, 4 covers for, or anything like that. Although there is one that I want to move into that spot, and that is the plot. They did that black and white version of it. Oh, damn! I want that. I want that so bad. But I don't know about decrease their titles. I just think they need to bring the quality up a little bit, and they need to cut back on some of the a lot of those variants. Perry says he hates cardio. Yeah. He goes, yeah. He's a good dude too. I was thinking maybe I need to, maybe that's what I need to do is start a challenge with him on through Instagram, doing some of that stuff. Fanjay says, hell no, you can't see mine. I only subject my wife to that, and she's obligated to like it. That's funny. Aggressively relaxing says, white cut. A couple of those Marvel books are Star Wars stuff for little kids and reprints. After that, you have X, Spider Fantastic Four, and Avengers books. And that's what I say. I don't think they're cutting the titles. I think they just need to up the quality of them just a little bit, Just need to up the quality a bit, and that's just of the storytelling more than anything. For me, it's not even the art in a lot of the books. It's just the storytelling. Just tweak a little bit, bring that quality up just a little, Wookie says, mine thought she was obligated to check them all out. Wait, what? Are you talking about? Are you talking about comic books, or are you talking about your roles? I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Wookie. Apex says Marvel and DC needs to focus on their writing and art. They need to slack off from Twitter. Yeah, I'll agree. I'll agree with that. Here's the thing, like with the Twitter thing is, I have no problem with people and their personal politics and them expressing their personal opinions. No problem with that whatsoever. No problem. You do what you do. We all have personal lives. We all have lives. We all have opinions. And you can stay on Twitter and you can say all your opinions. I have no problem with that. I don't care. That's the thing. People think like, oh, that guy's an asshole. I don't like him. Let's cancel him, or let's get him fired from his job, and all those kinds of stuff. Look, if I didn't go to places or back things up just because someone's an asshole, I wouldn't back anything up. Fuck, you think I would like a Captain? I wouldn't even watch any Captain America movies because Chris Evans is an insufferable leftist. He's one of those people. But I don't look into that. When I go to see the movie, I'm there to watch him do his job and watch the movie and entertain me. And he's great at it. I don't care about his personal politics. I don't care if he's an asshole. People are assholes. As long as he's not out there committing murders, forcing himself on people. You know what I mean, like Kevin Spacey style. The R word, yeah. That not the other R word, but the 4-letter R word. As long as he's not doing that. As long as he's not a chomo, do what you want. You can be a jerk. You can be an ass. That's okay. You can be an ass. I can ignore you being an ass. But I think the thing is what they need to do is stop being an asshole to their fans. You know what I mean? The people who are critical of them and stuff like that. And the thing is like actual fans, because I seen this story recently. Actually, I didn't see the story. I heard the story recently of somebody who don't even read fucking comic books. They used to. We all used to, right? They used to read comic books. I'm not saying that they never have. There's somebody who don't read comic books, not current comic books, hasn't read comic books in a while. And they're sitting there talking about this fight they got in with on one of these comic pros on Twitter and shit like that. And they get in this fight with him. And they're like, all I did was just sitting there, asking questions and trying to interact and this and that. And they started being a fucking asshole to me. This is how they treat their customers. And they're wondering why their sales hurt. Bro, you're not a fucking customer. Get the fuck on with that. You're just spinning your narrative to make somebody look bad. Sure, the person's a fucking asshole in the first place, but you're not even. It's just like the thing like I was talking a while back about good old Max. My good buddy Max, Mad Max the Mandalorian, where he's sitting there criticizing Comicsgate and War Campaign and all that shit, and it's like you realize they're making fun of you and all that shit because you're not their customer. They know you're not their customer. They don't care. care about you and what you think about them or their product because you don't back them up. You're not one of their customers. If you were one of their customers, they might, I'm just saying, they might be a little bit disrespectful and be like, oh, hey, well, thanks for backing up my project. I hear what you're saying. You're kind of, I feel like you're being an asshole and I don't agree with you. And that's about that. That's really all they got to do. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to go out there and say that they're saying someone is being an asshole doesn't make them an asshole. People always get that confused. You know what I mean? People always get that confused. Anyway, point being is you know, they could, I'm sure they could probably take the criticisms from their people if you're one of their people, you're one of their customers. But if you're not, I mean, you're just trying to take and push and spin a narrative to your own thing, like, oh, you see how this person is treating their customer? Bro, you're not their customer. You don't buy their comic books. They don't care about you. Are they being an asshole? Yeah, sure they're being an asshole, but you're not their customer. So don't even try to fucking pass that shit off, okay? Because I don't buy it. I mean, and if you are, you know, if you got in a fight with who was that recently? Dan Slott. Who else was there? Who else was the other guy? Jerry Dugan. If you got in a fight with Jerry Dugan online and you don't read any of his comic books and you're saying, oh, look how he's acting, I don't fucking care. And even if you do, I don't fucking care that you're on Twitter fighting with another one of these weirdos. Because if you're on Twitter fighting with one of these fucking weirdo creators, you're one of the fucking weirdos too. Okay? You're one of the weirdos too. And that's the thing, man. That's the thing with all these with all of that stuff is like they're fighting with they're just going in circles. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me every single time I sit back and I watch this shit. I watch these people fucking going at it. It reminds me of Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Remember when Trey is all upset and he gets back to Daishiki's house and she's like, "What's wrong?" He's like, and he starts swinging at the kids and he starts fucking hitting the kids and shit. That's all it is. That's all I see. That's all I see. And all these people, you know, fighting at each other. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fucking weirdos, bro. Fucking weirdos, man. And that has to do with something else I wanted to talk about today, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have the time to get to it today. But yeah. Let's see. Okay. I'm fed up with cancel culture. Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing. Here's the thing with the cancel culture is everybody's doing it. The fucking SJWs, the anti-SJWs, and all that bullshit. They're all doing it. They're all part of the cancel culture. You know, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these people who say they're sick and tired of the cancel culture are part of cancel culture. And I'm not trying to be an ass, but you yourself even said that all the people at Disney should be fired. It's fucking cancel culture. It's the same goddamn thing. You know, it's the same goddamn thing. And that's what I don't get. And that's what I'm trying to say. And that's where I'm at is you're both wrong. You're both wrong in that sense. Oh man, what was that? I just heard that. Let me see. Hey, where's my Streamlabs at? What happened here? Why isn't that up? But that's the thing is like they're all exactly AFK Bard right there with a $10 super chat. Thank you AFK Bard. I do greatly appreciate that. Cancel the cancel culture. That is something I can 100% get behind because the cancel culture right now is existing on both sides. It exists on both sides. I don't want to hear you. You need to be fired. You need to get rid of these people. We need to get rid of these assholes. And those other people on the other side are doing the same thing. It's the same thing in both ways. And that's why I was saying yesterday, I don't get on Facebook much anymore. I got back on Facebook these past couple days, been a little more active there, and people are already fucking tired of me. Because, you know, people think, like I said, people think, oh, you're a troll. Just because I'm saying something you don't like, don't make me a troll. I'm just saying something you don't like that you disagree with. People are already tired of me on Facebook. My friends, these are my friends. And here's the thing: I was on Perp Minded stream last night, and they were talking about that kind of stuff. And I was like, I don't get on Facebook much anymore because I used to think Twitter when I first got on Twitter. I used to think Twitter was worse than Facebook. because everybody on Twitter, you got just short little snarky responses to everybody, that's where most of the cancel culture exists. Everybody's kind of at each other's throats, and, they're all hiding behind anonymous users and, names and all that stuff. As people say, fake profiles. I call them sock accounts. People over there talking about all that stuff, and it's bad. Twitter is bad. It's bad. But then, I was talking about, I think Facebook might be worse. And they're like, nah, bro, because people hide behind anonymity on Twitter and stuff like that. But I'm like, yeah, but here's the thing, is I see people on my Facebook who act just as fucking nasty. Friends who act just like these fucking people on Twitter. And these are friends acting to me like this over the same shit. And that's why I think it's worse. That's why I think it's actually worse. As the president of Wookiee Fan Club, I'll be happy to accept your dues if you are ready to join Apex. Now, and here's the thing is, I think Facebook is worse because because it's my friends I'm dealing with on Facebook, because it's my friends that I'm dealing with on Facebook, and they're fucking like, dude, oh man. I was in a chat yesterday. It's fucking weirdos, bro. We're on Facebook. Facebook is a form of social media. People create groups on Facebook, pages, and you can go in there and you can join them. And they let you join them. It depends on what kind of group it is. They can let you in, they can kick you out, they can mute you, they can do all kinds of stuff. It's a public forum for people to have discussions and be sociable. Social media. So I'm sitting there in one of these groups. I'm not gonna name it. It's pretty irrelevant because this could be fucking any group. And they share this article from a clickbait website that's skewed one way or the other. And they're sitting there talking about like, oh, I can't believe this fucking website. This is all clickbait. All they're doing is they're acting like this and that, blah, 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 blah. These people got their heads up their ass. These people, blah, blah, they're going on. They're just having this conversation. And the one of them says, yeah, well, I'm anti-comics gate. Something like, he goes on. And, I just reading through the conversation. I was like, yeah, cool. Like, a lot of these things, they do tell skewed stories. They do. There's a difference between Fox and CNN for a reason. They skewer it towards their audience, towards who's watching, towards we know you like our content and you come to us for our shit, and also towards the people that they want to trigger with their headlines and their news. Right? So all I did was I got on there. I want to see if I can find it? Does it matter? I said, you know what? I can't remember. I said antis are just as bad as their opposition. I said, no, how was that put it? I can't remember. I said something like antis are just the same as their opposition. They're how I can't remember how I put it. I said antis are just as bad as their opposition. It's okay to not like something without being anti. That's all I said. And we're on social media, and this dude gets on there. He's like, what was he said? Yeah, I just gotta find the conversation. So you can see how fucking ridiculous, man, these fucking weirdos are, bro. Let's see. Let's see if. Okay, it's not there. That's not there. Okay. Like I said, people have been triggered as fuck on Facebook. Maybe should I just pull it up on the thing so you guys can see it? Nah, it's not that important. God, where is this at, man? Oh man, yeah, motherfuckers are upset, dude. I'm telling you. I don't even do dude. Okay. God, we gotta be getting close here. Yeah, Let's see. Maybe they deleted it. Maybe they deleted it. But what it was is, let's see. Oh god! Oh man, that's not gonna go over well. Damn. Where did this go? Here we go. Yeah, 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 yeah. There's an article by Cosmic Book News. Um, yeah, hating is easy when people create justifications for it. Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, yeah. So they're on here talking about this 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 clickbait article from Cosmic Book News, and where is it? This guy says he says, sorry, I don't know anything about that. I am anti-comics gator. The article just shows messages from creators like G. Willow Wilson, who was emailed to stop writing comics. And, you know, they're having a conversation, and I'm sitting there like, okay, you know, it's an okay conversation. And oh, yeah, and here's the thing. And then this guy says, oh yeah, he says, that echo chamber tactic is really annoying. They are just bored and lame and have nothing better to do and ignorant in most cases. So, you know, they're having a conversation, so I got on there and I said, antis are just as bad as their opposition. It's okay to not like something without being anti. Mind you, we're on social media. And this guy, you know, and that's all I said. Antis are just as bad as their opposition. It's okay to not like something without being anti. Because you can. And this guy gets on there and says, good for you, nobody asked for your opinion. I'm like, what? I was like, okay. And so I just told him, I was like, well, nobody asked for yours either, yet here we are. Right? I'm not being an asshole. You're being an asshole. You said nobody, good for you, nobody asked for your opinion. Well, I'm saying, nobody asked for yours either. And here we are. Nobody asked for your fucking opinion. Like, somebody, you know, you didn't put this post up there and ask for fucking opinions. You put it up and somebody replied to it. And you started talking to him. You didn't ask him for his opinion. So, yeah, like I said, well, nobody asked for yours either. Yeah, here we are. And it's not being a smart ass or anything. That's just it. You know? And he says, and this is like, these are like hours apart. These are hours apart. Hours apart. Like, you know, I said that, and I think it was like the next day he came and says this, and he says, Trinity, homie, are you bored? Me and the other guy were obviously having a conversation that you jumped into. Don't be rude, please. Grow up. Have a nice day. Bored. Bro, I just left a comment, and like minutes later, that is the thing. Minutes later, you have to fire back. You know what I mean? You have to fire back. Minutes later. Like, me bored? Like, I left a comment. I went and did my shit for that. I got fucking work to do. And I'm bored? Dude, you fired back, like, with your little snarky comment. Me and the other guy were obviously having a convo that you jumped into. That's how conversations on social media work. Don't be rude, please. Grow up. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. When you're the one who replied to my reply that was not rude and said, good for you, nobody asked for your opinion. Don't be rude. Grow up. Grow up. And you're the one lashing out at me, though, but I need to grow up. Have a nice day. And of course, you know, one of the moderators comes in and says, anti what? And, you know, I think I pretty much laid it out. Antis. Any antis are just as bad as their opposition. It's the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? Either way, you're a fucking weirdo fighting with the other fucking weirdos out there. Fucking weirdos, dude. I fucking hate you all. Weirdos. Not you. Not you. Not you viewers. And if you're one of the weirdos, that's okay. I'm not saying I hate you. Oh, I just said that, didn't I? Shit! I'm walking back my statements. I'm kidding, guys, but really, I fucking hate weirdos. It's fucking weird. Because I drag you into these conversations and you're like, how the fuck, like, dude, I'm not one of you fucking weirdos. Hey, what are you doing, bro? Fucking stop. So I just told him, I said, dude, you're only proving the point. I'm not bored. I've been busy working and training. You're the one sitting there so quick to fire back. Maybe you forget that you're on social media and the point is to socialize, and that don't always mean that people will see eye to eye. You're telling me not to be rude when you're the one who stated, good for you, nobody asked for your opinion. And you're telling me not to be rude and to grow up? Sure, Jan. I didn't say that, I just put, okay, sure. But then that's the thing. And then I answered the other person who was talking about, anti what? And I said, well, pretty much anti anything. Anti-SJWs are just as bad as SJWs. Anti-fascists are just as bad as fascists. Mere reflection, two sides of the same coin. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here shaking my head at both, being told to shut up and grow up. Because I got on social media and commented on a comment on social media. No room for conversation, apparently. Just shut up. And I said, this might be why I don't interact here much. Because the moderator who runs this particular page asked me one time, like, hey bro, like, why aren't you in the page more, interacting with people, promoting your videos and stuff more? And I pretty much told him because nobody ever interacts there. They're just there jerking each other off. They just want to suck your dick, basically. They're not there to interact with me or each other. A couple of them interact with each other, but they're there to suck your dick. They're not there, like, I post shit in there, not even stuff that's just my videos. Like, I posted my videos and nobody fucking reacts to it. I posted shit in there, asking questions, just stuff going on with the different comic book stuff and the nerdy stuff to talk about in there. Nobody fucking reacts to it. So I told him, I just don't go in there. Nobody ever reacts. I've met a few cool people through there, and that's really about it, man. That's really about it. But that was it. But that was it. And that's the thing. Is you're on social media being a fucking weirdo. Telling people, oh, shut up and grow up. Bro, I didn't even say anything. You're just being a fucking weirdo just because you don't, for whatever reason, you have a problem with what I said. You have a problem with me saying that antis are just as bad as their opposition. And it's okay to not like something without being anti. Yeah, it is. And then I hurt your delicate sensibilities. I hurt your delicate sensibilities. Get the fuck out of here, man. God, dude. I'm telling you, fucking weirdos, bro. Anyway, moving on to that. Only the essentials, right? Only the essentials. Everything going on right now out in the world, we all know the situation. And there's a lot of people who are just now waking up and smelling the fucking coffee. Oh, God, dude. It was funny because Young Ripper 59 was even talking, he's been talking a lot about this shit too, but where the state is telling people they have to close down, they have to shut down, they can't be open for business. Here in Southern California, they pretty much shut down all salons and barber shops and nail salons, just all that kind of shit. They're closed down. A lot of the real estate offices and things like that, they're not closed. They're running on minimal staff. And, a lot of them are working from home. Different people doing different things to keep their business open. That's fine. That makes sense. But there's this thing going around where everybody is being a bunch of fucking weirdos right now about everything. Because everybody is not even so, I won't even say uninformed, but misinformed, don't have all the information. Nobody knows. There's a degree of uncertainty about everything that's going on right now. But along with that comes the shutting down of non-essential businesses, people being laid off, the thing like Young Ripper was talking about yesterday, even in his video that I think he dropped last night, talking about rats, these fucking people out there who are turning in businesses to the state because they're up and operating, they're open. Now I've got different views on that. Like, a company should be able to be open if they want to be. People should, just like they do every day, have the choice if they want to go there or not. get to choose their level of comfort with going in to patronize some of these businesses, right? It shouldn't be illegal to have your business open and operating. Now, if you're a movie theater, I get it. I still think movie theaters could be open. I'm not saying they should be. I think they could be. But the thing that's going on out there right now is everybody's talking about these essential jobs out there, these doctors, these policemen, these firemen, you know, all these, the electricians, the plumbers, the people that we really, literally need to run society. You know what I mean? It's people that have gone to trade schools. These people that have gone to colleges. You know what I mean? Trades. Doctors. Right? Fine, that's cool. You know, they're out working. Hey, we need the doctors out there, especially right now with everything going on. We need all those people out there. Your air conditioning breaks down, you're going to need it. We're getting ready to hit summertime. Your shit clogs up, you're going to need a plumber. Yeah, I get that. But the other people who are out there working are people in the food industry, whether it's fast food, restaurants, things like that, who are finding ways to keep their business open and keep operating to make money. And we see grocery stores are one of these things, one of these essential jobs, right? One of these essential jobs. And people are, while I get it, like people are out there, they're out there with risk doing their jobs. Now all of a sudden, people realize that they're essential to our society. Had a friend make a post where he was talking about. Let's see if I can find it. But he was making a same comment too about the grocery workers. Here it is. He says, among my pandemic heroes, grocery store workers. No one has had more exposure over the last month to disease than these people. That's just false. Grocery stores will greatly profit because of this pandemic. Rightfully so, in most cases. I can only hope that these businesses will reward their employees for being there for all of us. That's exactly what he said. And here's what I commented. I said, they are rewarded with paychecks. I've never understood this thing of rewarding people for doing their job. You get raises. Some places give bonuses. Their job hasn't changed. They're doing the same thing. I worked in this type of environment for years. I never asked for a reward for doing my job. All I ever asked when it comes to evaluation time, you recognize my work and evaluate accordingly, and to give the best raise I can get. Yes, you might think they're more crucial now because of the pandemic, but they're exposed to the same shit on a daily basis. But all of a sudden now, it matters. And no, I'm not looking down on the work they're doing. I'm thankful they're still working and stocking the shelves with food. And naturally, fucking everybody goes fucking apeshit in here. And, you know, this lady says, it's nice to see that someone really just don't get it. And they leave their little gif with the point flying over my head. No. You don't get it. You know, and even one of my friends comes in here and says, I'm sure Trinity, I worked in this fucking industry for years. And here's the thing, he says, my friend says they are getting paid for a job. They are getting paid for a job they signed up for before this turn of events. Things have changed in the last few weeks. Their job has become more essential and hazardous. Okay? One, their job has not become more fucking essential. It's always been essential. That's exactly what the fuck I said. This isn't a pat on the back for doing a good job. This is something that our society hasn't faced in over a century. For one, we've never fucking faced what we're facing right now, okay? I know what you're trying to say, but their job isn't more essential. Just because now you recognize that their job is more essential doesn't mean that it's more essential now than it's ever fucking been. And this is the thing that was my whole point, and this is where everybody's going off the rails here. And he also says, I'm not calling for a mass strike if they're not compensated. This is a polite suggestion from a consumer to a group of corporations. Those evil corporations. And one, I never said that he was calling for a mass strike. And here's the other, and this guy replies, and other jobs they pay and what did he say? And other jobs they get pay increases for hazardous conditions. Of course they know it may come to that. These employees did not. I agree with Sean. Even military gets combat pay. Of course, are we seriously comparing grocery workers to fucking military? Of course we can expect it, but I think Sean is saying it would be reasonable. Yeah. So here's what I said. I said, the job has always been essential. Just because people have acted like it's not until now doesn't change that. People walk around sick every day. These workers have been exposed to this every day for years. From the people, goods, the cash, etc., these stores have always been the kinds of places where these things are at an all-time high of risk. And they are. Because people go into these establishments every day sick. And they don't know it. You don't know it. This thing that's going on right now, you could have been exposed, and you could be exposing others to it without even knowing it, without you even having fucking symptoms. Right? It's the same thing with fucking the common cold, with all these different colds that float out around there that you come into contact with every fucking day. Now all of a sudden it's different? This thing that's going on right now is more deadly? Yeah. But it's the same precautions for avoiding this as it is for everything else. Clean your hands. Keep your shit clean. Don't lick toilet seats, and don't be just breathing in motherfuckers' faces like you're trying to make sweet love to them. Hey! The fuck, man? And here's the thing, is then my friend, he has to resort, here's what he has to resort to. He says, Trinity, only you could turn I hope some people get a raise for their hard work into back in my day we did our job, got shat upon, asked for nothing more, and we liked it. You're old and crotchety. You'd have walked to school uphill both ways if we had hills here. Okay, now see, the thing is, like, you know you're wrong, and now you're just you're resorting to insults to be right. And so here's what I told him, because he put this stuff in quotes. He said, only you could turn, I hope some people get a raise for their hard work, quote, into back in my day we did our job, got shat upon and asked for nothing more and we liked it. And yeah, I laughed and all that. I don't take this shit seriously. And and here's what I told him. I said, you didn't state that, and neither did I. Your quote's up there, the quotes that he left. Because not once in any of that shit that I read did he say, I hope people get a raise for their hard work. He did not say that. He did not say that. And I did not say what he said. The quotes, right? I said, I didn't state that, and you didn't state that. I said, if you had stated that they deserve raises, I'd say that I agree. And that I'm quite sure they get them at least annually. You can keep shifting the goalposts if you like. And of course, one of his friends has to come in here and be snarky and says, you're really missing those PTA meetings, aren't you, Trinity? And then, one of his other friends came in here and she deleted her comment and said, oh yeah, I seen this guy in other comments, and he is a what did she say? Like negative Nancy crotchety fucking. She was insulting me, and that's the thing is, and I just simply put on there says, Insults don't make you right. Insults, like, just because you, just because you're wrong here, throwing an insult at me doesn't make you right. It doesn't. Okay. Um, and then here, my friend comes back in and says, "Well, this is all confusing." Gee, you think? You sound fucking confused the whole time. He says, "I suppose the point you're trying to make is that the circumstances of germ exposure is no different than it was before." That's exactly the point. It is no different. It is no different. It is no different. The circumstances of the germ exposure is no different than it was before. How do you think you get the common cold? You're around somebody, they breathe in your face, you get the vapor. Like, they are no different. It's the same fucking thing. You can get shit from touching shit and touching your face and all. I can't use the R word on here, but if I could, I would. Because that's what you sound like. I suppose you're trying to make this German. It's no different. It is no different than it was before. Just because this is. And he goes on to say, it's. If that's your point, then I wholeheartedly disagree, because you're not very smart. He says, I'm not going to say it, this current situation is a different situation than other viral epidemics we've had before. It's not different. The flu kills people, but not with this level of contagious. The flu is just as contagious. It's just not as deadly. At least not nowadays, anyway. So I responded to him. I said, "You and your friends," I said, "Oh, you and your friends threw with the insults? They didn't prove your point?" And here's what I went on to tell him. I said, "The circumstances of germ exposure are the same they've ever been. The circumstances of germ exposure are the same they've ever been." I said, "This just happens to be a deadlier virus than a common flu. But you really think you haven't been exposed to these same levels of viruses every day of your life in the past? Oh, you have. You have." And I told him, I said, "How many viruses do you think you've been exposed to and you never even knew because it didn't make you sick or you didn't feel it?" I said, "You're kidding yourself if you think this is any different. It just happens to have a high death toll right now. The exposure is the same as it's the same. It's the same. It spreads the same." It's just that it's having a higher death rate right now. And then his weirdo friend gets in here. What is the point if this? What is the point? If it is that people shouldn't expect extra pay or demand it, then yeah, you're right. If it is that it would not be unreasonable to pay somebody extra for dangerous situation, then how can you argue? Do you think it's unreasonable for military to get different pay in combat than stateside? Again, this is the disconnect. You're comparing a grocery worker to a person in the military going to fucking combat. R word, R word, R word. R word. Or cleaning crews to make more toxic materials than non-toxic. No one is arguing it should be demanded, just would be good and reasonable. So I just told him, I said, "Dude, you do realize these people work with toxic materials, right? In grocery stores, they work with toxic materials every day. You think bleach is non-toxic? Fabric softener is non-toxic? Furniture polish is non-toxic? and I'm only bringing that up because he's talking about that about the hazardous pay and dealing with toxic materials, being people who are sick, and that's the thing is people are sick every day. The germs spread the same. Toxic materials are toxic materials. Bleach is a toxic material. Yeah, you can't. I'm telling you, you cannot just take some of it and just start chugging it. And then, of course, this lady steps in and says, I don't see where anyone insulted you because, she says, I don't see where anyone insulted you. I don't understand how anyone can think that this situation is work as usual. You seem to have a jaded outlook in life, and that makes me feel bad for you. And here's the thing is, it's not a jaded outlook on life. It's not a jaded outlook on life. And she's saying, I don't understand how you can think this situation is work as usual. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. See, that's the thing is, I didn't say that. You're saying that I said that because you can't fucking read and comprehend something. And so I told her, I said, because people deleted their posts, can't stand behind their shit, I guess. And I told her, I said, I worked in this industry for most of my adult life. I know firsthand the levels of things these workers are exposed to and what they go through. And I didn't state that it was as usual. And then here comes in my friend back again. He says, of course I realize people are constantly exposed to microbes, but not all microbes are the same. Really? Some change the course of history. This one is one of those. The game has changed. The way we coach should as well. And that's the thing. The game hasn't changed, and the way we coach shouldn't. It comes back to clean surfaces. Wash your hands. Don't breathe in people's face. Don't lick fucking toilet seats. Yes. Yes. The game is the same. The game is the exact fucking same. And all the scare tactics and all the shit going on out there with all of this stuff, all of it is getting these fucking people to be unreasonable and telling you that the state has to get involved and tell you to stay at home for it to get better. For the state to come and shut your business down because you want to make money. They're getting people, common people, your friends, your family, to want the state to come in and make you stay in your fucking home and tell you that you can't go to work. Now, while I get it, we all want to take precautions and not get sick. Smart people are going to take precautions and not get sick. Fucking stupid people are going to get exposed and get sick and go out there and spread it. Those people are the danger to the society, not those of us who wash our hands, who don't lick toilet seats, who don't go out there breathing in people's fucking faces like we're trying to make sweet love to them. They're convincing you to go do their job. They're convincing you to go report motherfuckers for operating to make money. They're convincing you to tell your neighbors to become a fucking fascist, right? And tell people that they have to stay in fucking doors. You're such a bad person if you don't stay. You're only making this worse, and the longer you do it, drag it. I fucking can't with these people, man. I fucking can't with these people, dude. Like I said, I've been back on Facebook for like fucking 3 days. I get back on there, and dude, I'm telling you, people are triggered as fuck, man. It's like people don't understand. Like, and here's the thing. I know maybe there's somebody out there going, bro, you're not taking this seriously. No. Just because I'm not in a panic don't mean I'm not taking it fucking seriously. You don't think I wash my hands a little bit more often than I did before? A little bit more often because I wash my fucking hands. You know, you think I'm not being a little more cautious when I'm out working and somebody hands me some cash, I'm kind of like, fuck, I don't want to touch it. You know what I mean? I don't want to touch the cash you give me. Can you use credit card? And here's my. I don't even have it here, do I? I don't have it here. Here's my. It plugs into my phone for my Square. Here's a swiper here. I'll hold it. You swipe the card yourself. You can dip it in the reader yourself. All good. Whatever way you want. I'm not gonna breathe in your face. And please don't be touching all my products. You know, don't if you want to see something, I'm okay. I'll show it to you. I don't want 100 hands touching this bag. You know what I mean? Things are no different. Things are no different. You know? And now we've got people that used to be somewhat rational being irrational because the fucking media and the government is controlling them and their thoughts and their fucking actions. And it's crazy, you know? What is that they call that? What is it? Cognitive dissonance? Fuck the state. You need to stay home. Oh, man. It's fucking weird, bro. A lot of weirdos out there doing some weird shit. Yeah, okay, let me get back into the comments here. I don't know, man, you guys... Have I been going off that long? Damn. Oh, man. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. Okay, I think I found it. Marvel is a business. If they're losing money and creators are rude to their fans and writing books that don't sell, then some of them should be like, oh yeah. Something, yeah. I actually thought of something that would actually be cool. It's like when they launch a new title, they're getting a new writer on a title. What they should do is kind of do what the indie comics creators do right now, is go on a campaign, do a pre-order. Say, look, hey, I'm Donnie Cates. We're getting ready to launch this new title, blah, 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 blah. We're starting it off back with issue number 1 of blah, 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 blah. And you know what? We're getting ready to come out this, but what I need you to do is I need you to go pre-order this. If you want this book, I need you to pre-order, because we need pre-orders to base off what we're going to print for this comic book and shit like that, just kind of like that, almost like the crowdfunding thing. Go out and promote the book, and then once they get to a certain cutoff date, they have X amount of orders. They say, okay, we know we've got X amount of comics that people want. These are sold. These are pre-sold, and then say, okay, we're gonna make this much more for the average public, and that's it. You know what I mean? Do the same kind of thing, and then if they get returns and shit on those books, say, well, we're cutting back, do pre-sales for the first handful of issues, and say, okay, well, and you could probably get away with the first one, but like, okay, except for the comic shops, but it would be pretty quick, and they'd be like, okay, well, this one's not selling, so we're not gonna, maybe we'll just do it direct to digital, maybe we'll just do it direct to digital. If people want it, we're not gonna waste our time putting it on paper and printing it and shipping it. I think they should do something like that. Captain Pennsylvania in the house. What I'm two skills? I'm reading the hell out of House of M. Nice. I'm at AFK. Oh yeah, I got that. I had to separate myself from Facebook and my primary Twitter because real life friends were starting to get judgy and incredibly political. Oh, I know. It's an election year, man, and that's what I was saying at the beginning here. It's an election year. Just people need to let that shit roll off their back, man. Because people should already know that politics are nothing that anybody's ever going to agree on. Aggressively says, I don't know, Apex, you express an opinion online and make comic books, so as a customer of yours, I wish you wouldn't be so political. AFK says, Second Street Marvel, hating is easy when people create justifications for it. Absolutely, 100% agree. Apex says, I love Comicsgate. It's a group of indie creators that support one another and accepts everyone who cares about quality and their fans. I'm gonna have to disagree there. Um, and I'm disagreeing more about the quality, as opposed to their fans. I'll say that they care about their fans for sure because they know that the fans are the ones giving them their money. They're not going to go out of their way to be an asshole to somebody. There are some people that they have gone out of their way to be an asshole to, but it's people who aren't their fans, or not even not their fans, but not their actual customers. Now the quality, I will say I don't agree there because I believe me when I say I've seen some Comicsgate books out there that are shit. I see one from a creator that I've been following that's doing a book, and I'm looking at this book and I see how much it is. I think it's like $25 for the trade paperback 80 page book and shit like that. And I'm looking, they're promoting it and all this stuff, and I'm looking at the interior art and everything, just like all that stuff, and I'm like, bro, this art is shit. It's shit. I mean, it's like not even good. Like, it's shit. But of course, it's just like a baby, right? There's no such thing as ugly babies. You don't tell somebody their baby's ugly, do you? But that's what it is. I've seen a comic book, and they keep showing pictures, covers, and it's funny because they're doing all these different things where they're critiquing other arts and shit like that. And I'm like, bro, you might be able to critique somebody's art, but your art sucks. So. And I'm sorry, because it's not all the creators, but there are some of the creators that their books out there are shit. The quality is shit. So I can't 100% agree with you there. But I will say they support one another, and they care about their fans. Yeah, I can agree with that. Wookie says, I had a Breebot wackadoo freak out on me yesterday. I think I mentioned it yesterday. This crazy bastard went all to hell. Yeah, fucking weirdos, bro. LB is here. I'm still trolling Tom Brady. To be honest, I was being super confusing on purpose to wind him up. Oh, so you were trolling the troll, huh? Yeah. Hang on, wrong one. Oh. Aggressively relaxed says, what was the really awesome comment that set this off? Oh, I can't remember. I think I went through it already. Making this half-blind Trinity, they're pricks. Yes, they are. And I don't even know. They're dumbasses, is what it is. There we go. Growing old is inevitable. Growing up is optional. Yeah. F growing up. LB is cool. Yeah, LB's cool, man. Check out this 2-minute long ad for you. Okay, thank you, FK Bard. I'm weird, but in a fun way. Indeed. A friend of mine described me as chaotic and distasteful, but in a good way. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I'd say that was fairly inaccurate. Capitalism rules. Things are shutting down here. I was supposed to train in a park this morning. It got shut down. Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm kind of curious. What were you going to train? You mean men. I'm lucky to be involved with I'm lucky to be involved in the grocery business and being involved in the supply chain. Nice. Trinity, what do you think of that women's march in Italy? I haven't heard anything about it, but I mean, if you're doing marches right now, yeah, like you said, great distancing. I do believe drug dealers are still operating business. Everybody should. Most places should still be operating business. Aggressively says the issue isn't liberty; it's funding. If a part of getting a business license says I have to help with public health at my expense, then there should be compensation. compensation. But that's from the company standpoint, though, and that's on the businesses. That's on the businesses if they want to what level of exposure they want to expose their employees and their customers to, because we can see there's plenty of places taking extra precautions to make sure that everything's all gravy. You know what I mean? There's plenty of places doing that. But and again, like I was saying, even with my friend in that conversation, I wasn't saying that they shouldn't get a raise. I think they should get a raise. My whole point there was that he's trying to make these heroes out of these people. For these circumstances, like, bro, he's just saying, oh, like all of a sudden these people have become essential. No, no, they've always been essential. They've always been essential. Just because now you're recognizing that it's essential. I worked in this fucking industry for years. I know it's goddamn essential. Just because now you think that it's essential doesn't mean that all of a sudden now it's essential. It's always been essential. If there wasn't people out there stocking grocery shelves for all the years that grocery stores have been open, who was going to do it? It's essential. It's essential. Just because now you're recognizing that these people are actually that these people actually exist, and they work hard and they serve their customers, and they are constantly every single fucking day exposed to some of the Neanderthals who walk through their doors, exposing them to shit, does not mean now all of a sudden it's more essential. It's always been essential. And how do I know? Because I worked in this industry for most of my adult life. I know it's fucking essential. Give me that shit like, no, all of a sudden it's essential. Ugh. Drugs are essential for the people who crave them. Yeah, this is true. Retirement, home workers, doctors, nurses, etc. are exposed to the pandemic too. Yeah, exactly. They all are. They all are. They all are. But here's the ultimate thing is, we're all exposed to it. They are the heroes too. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, it's not even a thing about heroes. It's just a thing that we're all dealing with this. Everybody's job out there in the world is essential in some form or another, because they all play into the economy. If you have a shitty job that you think is non-essential, and you're getting paid, and you pay bills, and you eat groceries, you eat food, and you put money back into the economy, your job is essential. Yes, we have, and it's been worse. Yeah, exactly. Over 1,000 people have had died before Obama had lifted a finger. Right. That's true. That's true if you guys seen what I saw in the military. It gets worse. Yeah, absolutely. Aggressively says, I always advocate for businesses to pay their workers more. I want every business to fail so that I can start a business that that will fill the void. Yeah, and that's the thing. Aggressively, I'm with you there. I have no problem. Like, a lot of businesses should be paying more. Now, that's not to say that minimum wage should be higher. You know, because I got in a fight. You know, I didn't even get in a fight. There's some fucking more weirdos on Facebook talking about the same thing. You know, like, telling me that minimum wage should be $30 an hour. Get the fuck out of here! You're telling me that the kid who just got his first job and he's working at McDonald's as a cashier deserves $30 an hour? No. And they're like, oh, well, you know, you need a living wage. Define a living wage. Oh, well, it's the amount of money that you could get to afford food, clothing, and a roof over your head. And, you know, maybe maybe a car, a way to get back and forth to work, and, you know, maybe this, you know, a little bit of stuff to enjoy life, and that. No. That doesn't mean that minimum wage should be fucking $30 an hour. Minimum wage jobs are there for a reason. Okay? And I'm not saying that it shouldn't be higher, but minimum wage should be higher. Yeah, I think so. I think there's a fair argument that it should be higher. But the thing is and here's the thing: is they'll go on and they're fighting with us about like, oh, you can't make it and this and that. I'm like, bro, I fucking started working minimum wage jobs. I worked at Walmart for years, a fucking minimum wage job, and you know what I did? I got raises. I worked there for years. I got raises. I got promoted. I started making more money. It's like I earned it. You know, they're like, oh, well, you can't get ahead. You can't do that. I'm like, dude, I worked that minimum wage job at Walmart for fucking years, and I started my own business off of it. You probably can't see it that well. Can you see that well right there? Right there? That carbon bicycle? That shit cost me $10,000. Like, it's worth $10,000. It didn't cost me that much. It's close. It's close. But that bicycle's worth $10,000. I bought that working an entry-level job at Walmart that I worked at for years. A fucking $10,000 bike. That bike is worth more than some people's cars. You know, just because you can, that's the thing. I was like, you just need to manage your money and figure out, all it takes is managing money. And they're like, oh, all it takes is managing money. You can't do what. You're telling me, bro, because you can't do it. I've done it. That's why I told him, like, oh, you can't do this. I'm like, bro, it's like I've proven the contrary to everything you're saying. I bought a house. I've got 3 fucking kids. I started a business. I've got all these fucking bikes that cost ridiculous amounts of money from working a minimum wage job. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean it's not possible. Doesn't mean people can't do it. With a minimum wage job, making $11 an hour. It's not how it works. Just because you can't make it happen, just because you have excuses, doesn't mean that all these places need to be paying everybody $30 fucking an hour. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But yeah, military gets it worse. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with businesses paying their workers more. Yeah, absolutely. I believe there's a lot of people out there who do deserve more pay. And that was the whole thing with this argument. Is like, I'm not saying that the people don't, and that was the thing, because later my friend came in there with those quotes like, oh, only you could turn in, these workers deserve a raise. No. Don't turn that shit around, because that's not what you said. You didn't say they deserve a raise. You said they deserve to be rewarded. You didn't say they deserve a raise. You said they deserve to be rewarded, my friend. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is I don't work for peanuts. I just want a good fucking raise. That's it. I don't need, I don't need a bonus. I don't need, a lot of places give bonuses, and that's cool. That's cool. But I don't need you to be like, oh, hey, you guys did a good job. Let's have a barbecue. Woohoo! No, just pay me accordingly. I'm good. They called the president racist for wanting to close the borders. Now he's called incompetent for not acting fast enough. This whole thing is bullshit. Yeah, I've got more I could say on that too. Thanks for your service. I'm a Navy vet. Yeah. Cap's awesome, man. Cap's awesome. And thank you for your service. I would never go on water. You did the real service. I'm Army. Nice. Yeah, my father, he was a Marine. My father was a Marine. I had a friend say, it disappoints me that you feel this way. I've known you forever and you just didn't seem like the type. Like, gee, thanks for belittling me and saying you're right. Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying. People are fucking weirdos, bro. People are fucking weirdos. Don't stand so close. Yeah. I had a friend tell me the same, Apex. It's just let me know he decided to be a sheep. Oh well, right. Wookie, but who weeps for the president? The football teams are bad though. Apex. Wookie says that's not my point. My point is that the beer bug is a big deal, and they'd like us isn't a big deal. And well, the thing is it's a big deal. It's a big deal, but all the scare tactics put out there by everybody is the even bigger deal. H1N1 killed so many more people, and we barely heard about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, bro, I killed the group. Now you're all good. It's being way out of proportion. This is deadly with no cure yet. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's deadly, and the cure. I mean, here's the thing: is it's from what I've heard, there doesn't have to be a cure, like a cure. I mean, in severe cases, yeah, but like, I have a friend. I was telling you guys about this on the Trailer Park Live the other day. I have a friend whose wife just came back from Japan, and she thinks she had it. Well, he thinks he had it because they came back on like whatever day, and he said like that weekend he thought he was gonna die. He said he thought he was gonna die. Like seriously, like he said, dude, I had all the symptoms, every single thing, every single thing. He's like, there was like 2 symptoms he didn't have, but he said every other thing was exactly it. I could see it on the look on his face when I seen him. He was not kidding that he had it. Because his wife just got back from Japan. Her parents' neighbor is Chinese. And he was very sick. And he had just recently gotten back home from China. And she brought it back with her. Obviously. Stands to reason. And maybe it wasn't even from the neighbor. Maybe she got it from somebody that was on the plane. Either way, he had it. He's alive and doing well. So I don't think there needs to be a cure. I just think that at least you got to have a good, a strong immune system if you're exposed to it. I mean, a good immune system and have no health factors, but also do things to keep you from being sick, to keep you from getting sick and things like that. You know what I mean? Like when I start to get like sore throats or start feeling shitty, you know what? I just start drinking more bone broth. I start just doing a little more things to be a little more cautious to hopefully keep those effects down, those symptoms down. But I don't know that there necessarily has to be a cure. But like I said, there needs to be one for people who are more at risk of succumbing to the sickness. Certainly. Because I'm sure you could get in contact with it, carry it, and never even know you were sick. Never show any symptoms. I'm sure you could. The same thing happens with a common cold. You get sick, you carry it. Just because it doesn't make you sick and compromise your immune system doesn't mean you didn't expose somebody else to it and get them sick. It's just how it works. There are 4 cases of it in my entire state. Wookie, I can't believe that. Only because the testing and all that stuff. People just aren't reporting it. It's underreported, and that's what I think. I think there's probably more, and I'm not gonna say like it's outrageous, but I think it's just like everyone else is saying. I think it's worse than the numbers we're given. Yeah. But that doesn't make the situation any more dire. Strengthen your immunity with dandelions, fruits, and vegetables with healthy herbs. Yeah. Just lead a healthy lifestyle. If you contract the beer bug, you probably won't die. Right. Yeah. People can die from pneumonia and other sicknesses that come from something as simple as a cold. It is the same in that it affects more people who are susceptible. We touch stuff all the time. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the exposure is the same. Everything's the same. Except for right now, it's deadlier because people don't know what to do. The people who are falling to the sickness, who are dying of it, a lot of them probably have compromised immune systems anyway, probably don't have the best health in the world, and probably just have other markers that make them susceptible to it. You know what I mean? I'm dead fucking sure there's people that have been exposed to it, had it in their bodies, carried it, not shown one symptom whatsoever. LB, probably picking on me, saying how far I am behind on the chat. Says, you are sick and toxic. Why are you calling me a germ? Because you are, LB. You're so bad. We have to be careful for others more than us in this instance because it is highly more contagious. Absolutely. I agree with you. I agree. I would be mad as hell if someone working at Kroger made the same as me when I was in the war zone. Right. And that's the yeah. I know you completely understand what I was talking about there. For the people who will get sick because they're weaker immune system. Yeah. Exactly. Is culling the weakest really that bad? Well, it's just like the beaches in Florida with all those people out there who are being stupid. Natural selection, survival of the fittest. I'm there with you. I mean, it sucks that people are dying. You know what I mean? That's the ultimate thing. That's what sucks. The tough part is that people want to go out and work again, but those people will still go home and interact with the people who are staying in to protect themselves. But again, it happens for colds too. Yeah, exactly. This is just, again, very contagious. Yeah, exactly. It's not effing leprosy, right? No, it's not. Okay, what we got here? Rosetta Allen sends in a $2 super. Rosetta, thank you so much. Says with gratitude to a friend. I appreciate that, Rosetta. Thank you for being here today. I greatly appreciate that that $2 super chat. Especially in these times, guys. You know, I've got there's links down in the description. Patreon supporters, all those awesome people who support the channel with their hard-earned dollars. Especially in these times right now. I do greatly appreciate it. As a matter of fact, I honestly. Ever since this whole thing started, people been out of work. I don't expect like the super chats and everything like that right now. Like if people send them, I sincerely thank you for that because I know how hard things are right now for a lot of people with their money. Times are tight. I completely. It's the same way for me right now because my business is a little bit slower. Seriously, I do greatly appreciate that, and to you too, AFK Bard for the $10 earlier too. Seriously. You guys don't have to do that. You guys are awesome supporters of the channel. You being here right now, watching is beneficial already to me. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see, where were we at here? How do we get back on Captain Marvel? Is something here? Okay, yeah, man. How far behind was I? Yeah. Who would lick a toilet seat? Ew, I know. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, millennials. Yeah. Sorry, but you know, it's not even millennials. It's the next generation. What would they be? Generation Z? It's the Z. It's the Zers. I wonder where the Z comes from. Maybe they're asleep. Sorry, but it's true. Maybe that's why they're woke. AFK says, yeah, it's killing the businesses. There's a difference between going to a comic store and standing shoulder to shoulder in a march in Italy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, those dummies. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I seen somebody on my Facebook. They shared this thing of some cops down in L.A. where there was a group of people having a big fucking block party. A big block party. And there's like all kinds of cops. There's like 10, 20 cops there. They formed a little barricade, shoulder to shoulder, started marching into the crowd of idiots who were gathering to disperse them. And I'm like, really? Why would you do that? As a cop, I would just pull up on my bullhorn, maybe in my car, and be like, hey, you guys are stupid. You guys know people are sick. You guys, just go home. Just go home. I'm not getting out of my car to be an idiot like you and get myself exposed because you're an idiot. Oh, man. But yeah, that's dumb. Next time next time you get stressed on social media, find me on PS4 to play some relaxing video games if you're into that kind of thing. I got a PS4, I just don't game much. Wookie says, no, Gen Xers are tonguing up any shit cans. Oh, so glad I'm not in that generation. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a Gen Xer. Oh man. AFK Bar, thank you so much. Don't blame millennials. It's the Zoomers. Yeah, see, there we go. Those guys be cray. Also, can't give up on that. Trinity needs streaming equipment fund. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, AFK Bart. Again, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Like I said, I know times are tough for everybody out there. Anybody out there sending in the direct donations, the Patreon supporters, all those people, man. Seriously, I greatly appreciate it because, you know, like, seriously, like, my revenue stream, my business has been affected right now. Luckily, my wife has a good paying job and we can pay bills off of hers, but like I've still got a car payment. I just bought a new vehicle. I've got a car payment I've got to make. You know what I mean? I still have shit that I got to pay for. And I greatly appreciate that. And pretty much like this kind of money will, you know, like the super chats and stuff like that, when I get paid for that, will probably not necessarily go towards my bills. I can support that, but I'll probably most of them I'll probably just be saving for right now for some upgrades. To be honest with you, and thank you again, AFK Bard. So generous. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see. Remember the show? Remember the show Jackass? Wookie? Oh yeah, Jackass. How dare you say we're triggered? Kids are stupid. It's not a new thing. Yeah. I heard that the porn industry are using surgical masks and gloves for their performers and having sex. Oh man, it's funny because I put that on my Facebook. I'm like, are we gonna get some of this current situation porn parody out there? That's funny. Even Steve-O is licking toilets these days. Oh yeah, he's the OG. Porn industry stepping up its game. Are you just watching a hospital porn? Yeah, right. Yeah. Apex. Are you just watching a hospital porn? Aggressively says, I'm just saying, let's not look down on dumb people from the top of our shopping cart going into a bush. Oh man, yeah, no. I mean, because I agree with what you're saying aggressively. I mean, I think there are a lot of people who, rightfully so, deserve more money at their jobs. 100%, 100%. I'm not in denial of that at all. Naughty nurses are awesome. I'll smash a shopping cart and bleed all over the place before I start lapping up shit water. Yeah, right. Pre-orders are a great idea. I bet Marvel will do that. I think they should. Something like that. One is stupid, the other is disgusting. Right. According to my haters, I escaped war crimes from World War II. Oh man, Wookie, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh man, okay, that's funny. That's funny. According to my haters, I escaped war crimes from World War II. Oh, I'm telling you, I did not see that coming. Luckily, you blinked in their direction. The only political comic I made is The American versus Amiibo back in 2016. A superhero sci-fi with politics at the same time period. Crazy and funny book. Okay. Oh yeah. Is Obama spelled backwards? Wookie says I said that Mad Max depends on G&G for content. That was what I said, and I got hammered with videos on how great Brie Larson is. I had to try. Oh, Wookie, you're funny, man. Brie Larson is the bestest human being ever, but I won't say that tomorrow. I threw out every lefty trigger. I know. It was very confusing, but he got all sorts of pissed off. Right. Barack Obama spelled correctly. Barry Sotoro. Right. We're all exposed. We are all walking dead. Yeah. What? That's his name? Still going. Wow. Yeah. I know. I need to cut this one off already. That's stupid anyway. If you raise the minimum wage, then everything else gets raised as well. Absolutely. $10 an hour. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, maybe where you live at, you can live. Like I would say for $10 an hour here in California, that's rough. It's fucking rough. Even as an entry, like for me, I think people the fight for 15, like in California and all that shit. Like to me, I would say I think a decent minimum wage for California would be $12. I'm willing to go 12. I would really say 11, but I'm willing to say $12 is not bad. I wouldn't go much more than that. If they want more, get a higher paying job. Absolutely, you can get raises and stuff like that. Minimum here used to be $7.30. Yeah. My first job I made $5.15. My first job I made $4.75. No. I think my first job was maybe $3.75, and then it went to $4.25. Yeah. Oh, cap. Rosetta says I came out of the poorest tribe in the country, disabled with disabled parents. Funny how doing a minimum wage and odd jobs for neighbors helped me get out. Right. It's like you had a goal and you wanted something and you earned it. It's like you earned it, right? It's like you didn't skip the line, right? You earned it. Like most people do. Even all those evil people who own those corporations, a lot of people who are rich, they earned it. Not everybody was born into wealth. And some of the people who do get born into wealth, some of those people, some of those people earn their own way too. They don't just inherit. I mean, sure they inherit wealth, but some of those people actually go out and work for it too. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it's like you worked for it and it paid off and you had goals. You know, and your goal was I'm in a shit situation right now and I want to improve. And you did it. Yeah. Rough times I made through. Yeah, yeah. I made 335 per hour at my first job. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I think mine was three. I want to say it was 375, and then it went to 425. Soon after that, my first job was selling weed. I had stacks in high school. Yeah. Hey, if it pays. Now there are cities that minimum wage won't pay anything for bills, but that is a problem with the city, not the wage. Yeah, like we could talk about like where Kermit's at in San Francisco. Um, yeah, yeah. Even I think my proposed $12 an hour. I don't think you could live on that in like the San Francisco area. Maybe not even down in LA. I don't know. I don't know because where I live at, I can live off of that. Beats the shit out of Mickey D's. I don't know. You know, I had a lot of fun when I worked at Mickey D's. It's not a terrible job. It's just it doesn't pay that well. Technically, you do work for peanuts now. Ooh, I got you. You all right? Fair enough. People are corporations. You can be mad about it, but these people's shareholders demand they always ask for more money, right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying there. Aggressively. Rosetta says, I fell medically hard in college. I could not pay the bills on my income. Funny how I didn't need government to get out. Charities help you in those times. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure I did have it in December and January. There was an illness that came from a Chinese coworker of my hubby, and every single thing I went through matched perfectly. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And and he had the monkey from Outbreak at his house. Oh no, I must have missed something there. Yikes. Yeah, yeah. And I am immune compromised with lung issues. It was hardcore, but I came through. Yeah, absolutely. LB says, I have a greater immune system than MCU Captain Marvel. Oh, Apex says, hydroxychloroquine with zithromycin are used for test treatments in New York. It's looking good for now. Okay, yeah. I don't know about all that, but okay. Yeah, that was over by mid-January. Okay, good deal. Virus cure. This is what happens when motherfuckers don't watch Star Trek. Right. Oh man. True. Reported cases. Oh man, man. I'm almost caught up. Jessica Alba has herpes. Tragic. Lots of people have herpes, and you'd never know it. Lots of people do. Jessica Alba has herpes, but I had I had a date with her next week. I better call it off. Sorry, Jessica. Oh man, you guys are funny, man. Keep on training. Thank you, Rosetta. Thank you. Cap says I'll step in. Right? Yeah, I don't know. You know, for me, like Jessica Alba, I'm not sure how she is now, but like she got too skinny. You know, she got too skinny for me. I remember when I was watching Good Luck Chuck, and that part where she closes the door and her dress sucks off, and she covers up, and you can like, oh man, her hips were all bony and sticking out, and I was just like, ah. Like she didn't look like she didn't look like Sin City Jessica Alba. You know what I mean? Because like I don't mind a chick being skinny. Like I was saying yesterday, Gwyneth Paltrow, beautiful, and she's skinny as a rail. But sometimes it's I don't know. Sometimes it's I don't know. I don't know. So sometimes it just doesn't always work for people. You know what I'm saying? Um, can't believe I'm still thinking about reading that. Oh no, Zoomers like the New Warriors. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, don't blame millennials, it's Zoomers. Again, thank you AFK Bard, thank you Rosetta for all your generous donations. Captain Pennsylvania says, "Did you just struggle with that yins? Pittsburgh slang, man, get in the game. Yins, yins. See, like where I'm at is I thought it was yuns, but you know we say yuns." Yins, okay. I'm totally getting that book. It looks hilarious. Yeah, and that's the thing is maybe it could be good. We don't know. I know slang. It be all up in this hizzy. Word to my peeps. I'm more really curious about New Warriors. Yeah, me too. Like I'll buy it and read it and check it out. Um, Safe space and snowflake saved my life. Yeah. I know what you mean. It looks like a lovely train wreck. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm the same. I just have to read it. What if it was the best ever? I won't sleep until I read it. Yeah, absolutely. And I was also thinking, like, how do we know that the characters that they gave us aren't characters that are just put in that story as a joke? You know what I mean? Kind of like if you read like what was it, like the first couple issues of Jane Foster Valkyrie? There was like criminals in there who had armor, and they were committing crimes with rocket powered rollerblades. Wouldn't it be funny if that book made money? Yeah, it would. It would. It would. This pandemic is taking New Warriors to the top. Oh man, that's funny. When I was 18, I worked at Dairy Queen. I would go early at like 5 a.m., get super high while eating ice cream. Best job. Oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude, I'd be all over those Snickers blizzards. Snickers and Reese's. Hell yeah. I guess New Warriors is part of the outlawed story. I've been talking shit about teenage superheroes on my channel for 2 years. I can't wait for... Yeah. I was at the church for my first job. Ugh, yeah, that could... Yeah. My favorite New Warrior character is Namorita. She was created in the 1950s and hung out with Namor. Okay. Season 1 of Dark Angel Jessica Alba was healthy. She still had curves. Right. I like Jessica Alba in the early 2000s. Yeah. I gotta get back to bed. Hugs from you. All right, Rosetta, thank you for being here. And again, thank you for the generous donations. I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, I've been going here for, man, 2.5 hours, guys. Shit. I need to get to work. I need to get off here and get to work. Go get the kids some food. But again, I guess... Yeah, I can't remember what we talked about here. Just as a recap, and we started off talking about the comic book industry, Diamond distributors. Who knows if they're going to open their doors again? If they will, we talked a little bit about that. We also talked a little bit about Weirdos on Facebook. People who just can't seem to have conversations with people on social media, who get mad that people interject in their conversation on social media, like social media. Who would have thought to socialize on social media? We also got in here and started talking about all the essentials, right? Only the essentials, and how people are being fucking weirdos over that. I would say definitely make sure that you go and check out Young Rippa 59. Go subscribe to his channel and check out the video that he just dropped late last night. Talking about these people who are ratting on businesses who are still operating. Go check that out. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. But anyway, guys, again, thank you. We got $17 in super chats. I greatly appreciate that, guys. Like I said, you don't have to do that, and I do greatly appreciate it, especially in these times with how things are getting. But that's all I have for today's video, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. If you're not already, please make sure you're subscribed. Click the little bell and all of that good stuff. Share this stream out with your friends. Tell them to come here and watch me flap my gums and pretend to know like I know what I'm talking about. But you all have a very good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.